students, welcome back to the statistics class. In the previous session, we studied about the steps in the construction of index number. We discussed about the various steps which will help us to construct an index number. In today's session, let us study how we will construct these index numbers. Now, in yesterday's session, the last concept of the session was about the different categories of index number. So an index number was divided into two parts. One is simple or unweighted index number. The next one was weighted index number. Again, this unweighted and weighted index numbers are also subdivided into two more categories. Under unweighted index number or simple index number, the first category is simple aggregative index number and simple average of relatives index number. Similarly, weighted index number is also subdivided into two more categories, that is weighted aggregative index number and weighted average of relative index number. Now, all these index numbers are constructed based on price, quantity and value. So basically index numbers are constructed either based on the price values or based on quantities or based on the product of price and quantity, which is called as value. So today, in today's session, let us begin with the price index number. Let us construct an index number based on the price values, considering only the price values. Now the topic of today's session, that is price index number. Based on the price value, you can compute all the four subdivision. Either you can compute unweighted aggregative or you can compute unweighted average of relative index number. Similarly, you can compute weighted aggregate or weighted average of relative index numbers based on the price values. So let us discuss one by one, starting from the first index number, that is side heading unweighted or simple price index numbers. Under this unweighted or simple index number, the first category comes, that is simple aggregative price index number. So the side heading is simple aggregative method. This is a simple method of construction of the index numbers. It is the aggregate of the prices of all commodities in the current period expressed as a percentage of the aggregate of the prices in the base period, which means this is the aggregate of the price values of all the commodities which is taken into consideration. What do you mean by aggregate? Aggregate is taking the average of all the price values of the various commodities which is considered for the given question. If the question contains 5 different commodities along with the price values of those commodities for the base and the current year, if it is specified in the question, find the sum total of the price values of the base year, find the sum total of the price values for the current year, and then find the ratio of the price values. That is, as you all know that price relative is computed based on the formula current year price divided by base year, which is multiplied by 100. Here index numbers are expressed in percentages. That is the reason why the formula of index numbers are multiplied by 100. So here you are computing the index number as a percentage. Symbolically, P01 equal to sigma P1 divided by sigma P0, which is multiplied by 100. Here, as you can see, the formula is multiplied by 100 because all the index numbers are expressed in percentages. That's the reason why the index number formulas will be multiplied by 100 in order to express that in percentages. Now here, the left hand side, P, capital letter P indicates the price. You are computing price index, so that estimation value will be taken as capital letter P. So you are computing price index, that's the reason why it is capital letter P. 0 indicates base year and current year is indicated by 1. So 1 indicates current year, 0 indicates base year. You are computing the price values for the current year 1 with respect to the base year 0. Therefore, by using simple aggregative method, you can compute the index number based on the formula P01 equal to sigma P1 divided by sigma P0, which is multiplied by 100. Second method, simple average of price relatives method. So average means, as you all know that in index number we are considering two averages, one is AM, the other one is GM. AM is simplest method, it is the simplest method for the computation of index number, whereas geometric mean is the best average for the construction of the index number, for the reason that geometric mean is computed for ratios and relative changes. In index number you are comparing the prices or quantities or values of two different years. The comparison is made between two different years. You are finding the relative changes, for which geometric mean is considered as the best average. This is used for studying the relative changes, ratios and relative changes. That's why geometric mean is the best average, whereas AM, arithmetic mean, is the simplest average for the computation of index number. So simple average of price relatives method. Here an average of the price relatives is calculated. Any one average will be calculated. It may be arithmetic mean or geometric mean. Either you can compute AM or you can compute GM. First one, the unweighted or simple arithmetic mean index number is, so first formula is given for computing index number based on AM, based on arithmetic mean. So this is arithmetic mean index number for the unweighted index number. So the formula is P01 equal to sigma capital letter P divided by small letter n. Again, left hand side you are computing price index number for the current year 1 with respect to the base year 0, that is equal to sigma P, sum of the price relatives value, where capital letter P denotes price relative. There is a difference between small letter p values and the capital letter p values. Capital letter P indicates the price relative or the price index number, whereas small letter P1 and P0 indicates the price values for the base and the current year. So here capital letter P, which is price relative. Price relative is computed based on the given formula. Capital letter P equal to small letter P1 divided by small letter P0 multiplied by 100. So first compute all the P values and then compute AM based on the formula sigma P divided by n. N indicates the number of observations which is considered for the given data. Second one, simple or unweighted geometric mean index number, which is given by the formula P01 equal to antilog of sigma log P divided by small letter n. In order to find geometric mean, always you should find all the log values and then find the antilog of the sum total of that. So here in the question, the base and the current year price values will be given, will be specified. First step, you should compute all the capital letter P values. Capital letter P equal to small letter P1 divided by P0, which is multiplied by 100. So first, based on the formula, find all the P values. After that, compute to log for all the P values. Find log of P value and then find the sum total of sigma, that is sum total of log P values, and then divide that by the number of observations. After that, take anti-log of that and you will get the geometric mean value. So in today's session, we discussed about the first method, that is unweighted index number. Under that, about the two different subcategories, that is simple aggregative and simple average of relative index number. So simple aggregative method, the formula is P01 equal to sigma P1 divided by sigma P0, which is multiplied by 100. In order to find AM, P01 equal to sigma P divided by n, where capital letter P equal to sigma P1 divided by sigma P0, which is multiplied by 100. And geometric mean formula, P01 equal to anti-log of sigma log P divided by small letter n. Consider the given example. Calculate price index number for the following data by using simple aggregative method and comment on the result. And a table is given in the question. Here different items are considered. that is wheat, rice, pulses, milk and cloth, along with their price values for the base and the current year. Here 2010 and 2012 is given. So comparatively 2012 will be the current year and 2010 will be the base year. So price values are given. Price is given in rupees for the year 2010 and 2012. First identify the base and the current year. Here the next year will be the present year will be the current year and the previous year will be the base year. In these 2 years, 2012, the next year is 2012 and the previous year is 2010. So 2012 is the current year and 2010 will be the base year. Since price values are given, 2012 data is price values for the year 2012. So that is small letter p for the current year, that is 1. So small letter p1 is your 2012 data, 2010 data is the base year price values, which is denoted as p0. First thing, you should identify the formula. Here your question is to find the index number, compute price index number using simple aggregative method. Simple aggregative method formula is P01 equal to sigma P1 divided by sigma P0, which is multiplied by 100. So in order to find the sum total of the current year price and the sum total of base year price, draw one more table in the solution part. Solution, draw one more table, consider all the items which is given in the question, that is be in the first column of the table. So items, under that wheat, rice, pulses, milk and cloth, and the last row is kept to find the total value, sum total values. Second column, instead of writing price for the year 2010, write or use the notation, since it is price value, small letter p, for the base year 0. So P0 and copy all the data. So P0 values 20, 31, 40, 16 and 20, and find the sum total of that. In order to substitute in the formula, you should find sigma P0. That's why find the sum total of sigma P0, sum total of P0 values. In the third column, consider P1, that is current year price values. The values are 23, 38, 44, 20 and 30, and find the sum total of P1. So sigma P0 equal to 127 and sigma P1 equal to 155. After that, write the formula P01 equal to sigma P1 divided by sigma P0, which is multiplied by 100. Substitute in the formula, sigma P1 is 155 divided by sigma P0 is 127, which is multiplied by 100, and the answer is 122.5. So after computing the index number, the next step is to write the valid conclusion. Here you should conclude about the data. What is the gradual increase or decrease in the price values of the commodities which is taken into consideration between the base and the current year. Here your answer is 122.5, write it as 122.5%. After that, in order to write the conclusion, your price index value is 122.05, right? Here, since the formula is multiplied by 100, since your intention is to find the index number value in terms of percentage, the formula was multiplied by 100. After multiplying the formula by 100, you got the answer as 122.05. So in this answer, in this 122.05, 100 is the value for the base year which you have multiplied in order to convert this to percentage. If you remove that 100, the original index number is 22.05. So the gradual increase in the price values is just 22.05 because the formula was multiplied by 100 in order to get the value in terms of percentages. So if you remove 100, the value is just 22.05. Therefore, the prices in 2012 increased by 22.05% as compared to 2010. This is your conclusion. The prices in the current year, the prices in 2012 increased by 22.05% as compared to 2010. Second example, calculate price index number using unweighted aggregative method for the year 2000 and 1999 on the basis of 1998 from the following data. So different commodities are given along with the price values for three different years, 1998, 1999 and for the year 2000. Now your question is to find the price index number using the method unweighted aggregative, and you should find the index number for the year 2000 and 1999 on the basis of 1998. Here you should find two index number, one is for the year 1999, one is for the year 2000 on the basis of 1998, which means 1998 will be the base year. That is, when the comparison is made between the year 1998 and 1999, 98 will be the base year and 99 will be your current year. Again, in order to find the index number for the year 2000, the base year is fixed, which is specified in the question, that is 1998. So 1998 will be your base year and 2000 will be the current year. So in order to find two index number for the year 1999 and 2000, you should compute two index number with respect to the base year, that is 1998. As you all know that the base year price values are denoted as P0. So in the solution part, draw one more table. Consider the given commodities, cheese, egg and potato. Include one more row to find the column total. So write it as total in the last row. In the second column, instead of writing it as 1998, since 1998 is your base year, write it as P0. For 1999, which is your current year, write it as P1. There is one more current year, 2000. Just for your identification, write it as P2. So first one is the base year, which is P0. Second one and third one, which is your current year, write it as P1 and P2. After that, as it is given in the question, you should find or compute the index numbers. So write down just below the table, unweighted aggregative price index number for the year 1999 over 1998. You are computing index number for the year 1999 with respect to the base year 1998. And the formula is P01 equal to sigma P1 divided by sigma P0, which is multiplied by 100. This is the formula to get index number for the year 1999 using the method unweighted aggregative. That's why you are using this formula. After that, substitute in the formula. In order to substitute in the formula, find the column totals for second, third and the fourth column. Find the sum total of P0, sum total of P1 and sum total of P2. So sigma P0 equal to 20, sigma P1 equal to 25 and sigma P2 equal to 25.1. After that, substitute in the formula, which is equal to sigma P1 is 25 divided by 20 multiplied by 100, that is equal to 125. After finding that, conclude about that index number. Prices in 1999 is increased by 25% as compared to 1998. Why it is increased by 25%? Because 100 is the index for the base year. Since the formula is multiplied by 100, you got the answer as 125. If that 100 is removed, the index number is just 25. So index number in the year 1999 is increased by 25% as compared to 1998. After that, you should compute one more index number for the year 2000, right? So write one more formula. Formula is almost the same. Here the difference is that according to the formula it is sigma P1 by sigma P0, right? But here instead of P1 we are comparing the data of P2 for the year 2000. Since it is P2, even in the formula instead of writing P1, write it as P2 because we are using P2 data. For this question there are two current years. That's why when writing the formula, capital letter P of 0, 2. It is not 1, it is 2 because you are finding for the second set of data. So P02 equal to sigma P2 divided by base year is same, which is P0. So sigma P2 divided by sigma P0, which is multiplied by 100. Substitute in the formula, that is equal to 25.1 divided by 20, which is multiplied by 100, that is equal to 125.5. After that, conclude about the data. The prices in 2000 is increased by 25.5% as compared to 1998. I repeat, prices in 2000 is increased by 25.5% as compared to 1998. Now, for both the questions, I told that the price values are increased by certain percent. Why it is only increased? Why not decreased? So the question arises, right? Here, when the obtained index number is more than 100, when it is greater than 100, the price values are increased by certain percent, and when the obtained index number is less than 100, the price or the computed index number is decreased by certain percent. Because, for example, if the obtained answer is 122%, okay, since the formula is multiplied by 100, your obtained answer is 122. If you remove 100 from that, which is the index for the base year, if you remove that 100, 22% is remaining, which means there is a value. So the price index numbers are increased by at least 22%, right? Suppose the obtained answer is 98, okay. If you remove the base year index, which is 100, if you remove 100 from that, 98 minus 100 will give you minus 2, which means the price values are decreased by 2%. So when the answer is greater than 100, the price values are increased by certain percent, and when the answer is less than 100, the price values are decreased by certain percent.